Matt Hancock's attempts to distance himself from a judicial review, that he shouldn't be personally held responsible for the failures in care homes during COVID. It should be something the government should be shouldering as a group. This is beginning to fall on very deaf ears, particularly with the stupidity that Matt Hancock has not only surrendered his own private life to the glare of the media, but has also surrendered the lives of anybody who wrote to him during the COVID period. He simply gave the entire lot to Isabel Oakeshott, who has spent the last 2 months with the Daily Telegraph sifting through these emails, avoiding the deeply personal, and working out what is politically alarming. And what she said the other day was that we haven't heard we haven't really got into it. No, there's going to be so much more to come out over the next few days. Undoubtedly there is. So as more and more things trickle out, as more and more people are implicated in the problems, Matt Hancock's attempt to do a deal to avoid taking further responsibility for the mess that he has caused looks less and less likely. So the Mirror ran a story saying that Matt Hancock had in fact tried to persuade lawyers that he shouldn't be held personally responsible. But of course there is a tradition in the UK, which is why people resign. There is a tradition in the UK that the buck stops at the top. And Matt Hancock was the Secretary of State for the for health. He was the person in charge of the NHS. There's so many problems in the NHS. Before him, it was Mr. Hunt. I think Mr. Hunt and Mr. Hancock together probably have quite a lot to explain. And Mr. Hancock was inheriting a mess that Mr. Hunt created in all likelihood. Did Mr. Hancock have very much choice? Probably not a huge amount of choice, but the stupidity with which he embraced that lack of choice, I think, is going to signal that he is the fall guy in this instance, and he will be blamed for a great deal. Mr. Hancock's memoir was an attempt to curry favour with the public, as was his trip to Australia and his other reality TV commitments. I think the people who I can't remember what the other reality TV show is that he was involved in, who buys dares or something. I'm sure they're regretting that they haven't already screened that programme, because once they screen it, people will switch off in their droves. And this was not cash in the bank for a reality TV production company. Silly people. So the care homes problem, I think, will be soundly parked in Mr. Hancock's accommodating garage.